packed and ready to go. Welcome back to my channel. So this episode is going to be dealing with more prepping, and in this case, as you can see here, for if you have to leave your home in the event of a catastrophe, an emergency, something where once again if resources become an issue and you have to leave where you are, and more importantly if you have to leave really if there is some type of disaster or emergency and you have to take off right away. So I'm gonna go into what both my wife and I ever since Sandy happened really kind of made us rethink things on what we need to be prepared for in future events if any other disasters were to happen, and even when we look at the social climate that we're in, how things are very iffy right now. So it's just one of those things where it's better to be prepared. So I'm just going to show you what we basically packed away and what we've kind of gone through over the years, really, of just slowly acquiring. Actually, there's a video that I'm going to see if I can find it that I'm going to post, put it in the link. It's about basically a scenario in the United States, and it shows several different scenarios of families living in different types of settings, and how if emergency situation that happened nationwide. In this case in particular, it's about all the electricity going out for a very long time. And it really gives you a very interesting scenario of how quickly things can go wrong. And what I also liked about it is that it gave you a lot of insight and tips and advice on things that sometimes you just don't think about. So I'm going to put that in there too. But anyway, let's take a look at what we got in here, and we'll get back to it. All right. So first of all, I just wanted to point out that this is pretty it's pretty heavy. This is like around maybe like 40 pounds or so. Definitely, depending on your situation, you may not want to carry this much on you. But for me, I feel that there was a lot of things that I felt were important to have, and this pretty much holds it all. Of course, my wife's is a bit smaller, so you get what you want, what type of backpack you feel is works best for you. I want to also state here that this one, I suggest that if you are going to get any type, get these type here that have the waist buckles on them. Really helps a lot, especially if you have to, consider if you have to run around or something like that. Without it, it can be really cumbersome, and it in a situation where you have to move around a lot, you're really gonna miss out if you don't have this buckled in, strapped up. Okay, so first of all, I guess we'll start at the top. What I did is I felt that you want to have in this upper compartment here, in any backpack, probably the stuff that you're going to be going for most immediately. So this one has a couple ways of getting into it. From the back end here, you can just got the Velcro right there. We're just going to look in the top here. So now keep in mind that some of the things that I have here, we researched on, and we thought that or the research said that we should get these items. Other things, we just kind of felt that's what we personally would prefer to have. So once again, think about your own situation and do accordingly. So first of all, I figure you don't want to have things that are plastic, they're going to break. This bowl right here is pretty much going to be for if you need to drink water, or if you need to make a quick little thing of food or something like that. You can also use it to cook on. So I felt like just a small tin bowl like this would be helpful. You can also use it to scoop up things if you had to. You could use it for many different things. Now, of course, here we've got our little flame gel, and of course, you know, something that's in you know, a tin or something like that. So you know, if plastic, it won't break, and things like that. Of course, you know, so you can make a quick fire, you know, cook some food, something like that. This right here always comes in handy. Now this is one of those roto flashlight type of things. So you take it and you spin it, and then that's how you generate energy. Of course, that's really important because, you know, you may not be able to get your hands on batteries or things like that. So there you go. It also serves as a little mini radio too. So that's kind of you know, helpful. You know, so always good to have. All right, this here is, now this requires batteries. This is for, now let's say you have to run around. This is like one of those head strap things that you can just put on your head, and it's a light. It also does like an SOS. It just a bunch of different. Now I didn't put batteries in it right now because I don't want the batteries to go, you know, to go dead on it. So, you know, there's a bunch of settings on here. The light on this thing is amazing. You can just see it a long ways away, and of course you can be hands-free. A bunch of tiebacks, and by the way, just good to have just a bunch of, you know, Ziploc bags, because you're probably going to need that for whatever. So it's just good to have a bunch of Ziploc bags. So, you know, different tiebacks if you need to, you know, set up camp somewhere or something. You're probably going to need to, you know, tie up rope and things like that. Okay, this right here is just like a few things that I wrote down on here that are like important for me to remember to have. And this just kind of you know, once again, it's just your standard little, you know, camp, you know, knives and things like that, and with the you know, utility knives with, you know, your screws and everything and stuff in the different parts. So, you know, just once again, and again, you know, I keep it in a Ziploc, because, you know, if you're always keep in mind that, you know, let's say if you have to go through, you know, if you're in the rain, or if you're, I don't know, going through a river or something like that, all your stuff's going to get wet. So try to keep, you know, everything's, or it'll get right, and, you know, and also rusty. All right, so here's another thing. First thing that I felt was one of the important things I felt which was to have is this. So now this is going to be able to help me to cut through any type of, you know, shrubbery, branches, and things like that. But more importantly, to be able to cut branches for whatever, you know, purposes are needed, you know, firewood or something like that. And, you know, it also does kind of serve as a quick, you know, like a device for, you know, for self-defense if need be too. By the way, a lot of this stuff I got at Walmart, most of it actually. So, you know, keep that in mind. All right, and of course batteries, and of course in a Ziploc. I felt, you know, there's really no need to take extra batteries. They do, they tend to be weighty. So if you're gonna have batteries, you know, just use it for the things that you really wouldn't need, that you would need for, you know, specifically like for this. Okay, this is just for, actually this is kind of outdated now. This is just for my cell phone, you know, a clip, so I can just have it, put it on the side of my waist. And these are, I thought this was helpful. These are those attachments that you put on glasses, so that way your glasses don't fall off, or you can just, you know, so it kind of keeps it, you can multitask with them. All right, this right here, majorly important. Sardines. Now I know most people think like, ugh, you know, like sardines, like, you know, they're gross or something. Well, here's the thing. First of all, they're in a tin can, so that's always good. You know, you also have to consider, you know, in the heat and stuff, what's gonna, you know, stay the best without going bad. This one right here, the date on here, this will last me till 2025 on here. Okay, so now this is just one small little thing, but at least if I have to take off or whatever, I've got something that I can eat. It's a good protein, and also you can drink the well, in this case olive oil. I'm actually going to get another one, or I have others that have like the salt water, so that's a little bit, that might be a little bit easier for downing. But either way, point is, it's not how it tastes. It's the fact that this is it, and of course I can almost like ration it out if I have to for a little while. So that's one thing I would recommend. And you can get these at a dollar store, Dollar Tree or something like that. They and they have all different types, so you can it doesn't cost you a lot of money. It's not like you have to get like those MREs or something like that, which are also very helpful. I have them, but I'll talk about them later. But you can stock up on a bunch of these, just throw them in your backpacks, and they'll last you some time. So these I think are really important to have. Once again, don't worry about the taste. It's the fact, maybe you can cook them up and do something different with them, but don't worry about the taste. This is all more about survival, okay? Anyway. Of course, a lighter. This is probably not even really necessary, but if you want to brush your teeth, I just thought they were kind of neat, whatever. That was just something small. And a little thing for tissues and stuff always comes in handy. All right, so that's pretty much everything that's in there. Just to continue along, by the way, I would suggest a lot of these, they come with all different types of like places where you can like hold hooks and things like that. I always like to attach a lot of hooks and different things, because you never know, once again, if you're going to be, what your situation is. It just makes it so you can carry extra things or whatnot, so I just kind of like to have them all over the place. As you can see even here. So, just something to keep in mind, just a little something extra. So now let's take a look. Actually, before we go in, let's take a look on the sides here. Alright, so once again, in Ziplocs, these are flares, very important. You don't know what they do. Okay, here's just an extension cord. It's pretty long. You never know when you're going to need it. Of course, I've got more Ziplocs bags inside of there too. And then this, I had some extra room, so I put in these here. These are more lighters. So that's everything for that side. Okay, yeah, majorly important. Make sure, once again, tin, just plain, a water bottle. Try to have everything on there made out of, tin. Once again, plastic is going to start to warp. There's going to be, other issues that can happen. And plus, if you drop your, your bag or it gets smashed around or something. If you got like a regular water bottle or something, it's going to leak. It's going to, it's going to, the bottle will break. So definitely, tin if you can, if you can do that. And also, I put in, really nice, just clean. Once again, I'm all about organic water and stuff like that. So you got good drinking water and stuff, and so there you go. That's the only thing that sits in here. Oh wait, I got this this pocket right here, which I even forget what's in here. Okay, yeah. So just these are just dollar store gloves. But once again, they have the plastic, on the bottom, so you can handle some things and stuff. They're breathable. I like them being breathable. So of course, it's not really going to keep your hands really, that warm. But if you need to handle things and stuff like that, it's just, it's good to have them. I might even recommend, I might even do that, like just put a regular pair of warmer gloves in here. It's probably, a good idea too. This is the big section right here. All right. So this is pretty nifty. This also will work in your house in the event of, let's say, there's no more water or something like that. But of course, when you're just out and about, it's a solar. It's basically a solar shower. So it's like a little bit of like a backpack type of thing here, or it looks like one, but it's not. So this holds about, I believe when I last checked, it was like about 30 gallons, and water goes in there. This is just for your, I don't know, any little extras you want to put in there. This right here, you just attach this little sprinkler bad boy right here to this part right here, okay? And the cool thing about it is, so you fill it up with water, okay? And then, you know, first of all, and you know, once you're ready, you can just hang it up wherever you want to hang it, okay? Or you can also, you know, they give you the, you know, the little handle strap thing, so you can just walk around with it if you need to. But this side right here, it is made to take in the solar light, so it actually heats up solar. It heats up, according to the paperwork and stuff, up to about like 120 degrees. So that's really nice, Fahrenheit. And then of course it even shows you right here a little like thermometer thing that kind of gives you, I don't know if you can see it, you know, so it just kind of lets you get an idea of exactly how hot the water is. So I've seen these in use in other videos, and this is actually a larger one, because like I said, I think this holds about like, I don't know, 20 or 30 gallons, something like that. I've seen other ones that only hold like, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 gallons. And one person can take, you know, a quick shower with even just that amount of water. So this is certainly, you know, way more, and you know, you get a lot more out of it. And you know, so you just got to think to yourself, like, you know, under what other circumstances would you be able to conveniently, you know, clean yourself and, you know, whatever, take a shower without something like this? Anything else would be a little bit, you know, not that convenient. So that's that. This right here is actually what I have outside all around my house, and different versions of this. It's just a solar light. It's a solar spotlight. It's actually made to be put, you know, on your house, and you can just screw it in and stuff like there. And it works very well. In fact, I'm going to do a whole video about solar lighting and just all the different things, how far solar's come. This is just, you know, great to have, because wherever you're camping or wherever you're, you know, hiding out or something like that, you can just take this. It is a motion sensor as well. It has different modes and stuff where you can either keep it on dim the whole time, and then it'll turn on bright if something walks by or whatever. But this is bright as hell. It works really, really well. I don't know if you can see the brand name or whatever, but definitely I'll put a, you know, a link in the description too. You know, so while you're doing things, you know, at wherever you're camped out or something, you know, you'll have really good amount of light. Also, let's say if, you know, you see something in the woods or something like that, this light is so bright, like you can just flash this down the woods or something, or blind someone if you need to. So, you know, it's really helpful. And of course, because it's solar, you know, you'll have light the whole time. You don't have to worry about batteries. So this is a you know, a big important one to have. So now, of course, you know, there's the first aid kit. You know, definitely should have that for every. That's a necessity, of course. Now, when I was talking about MREs and things like that, I do have myself my own. You know, we have a supply of MREs ourselves. That I'll probably do a whole other video on. I just have one in here. You know, again, you know, depending on what circumstances you think you know run into, it might be a better idea to hold more. I might see if I may put, you know, a couple more in here, but you know, so at least I have food for some time, and this is a, you know, a nice little meal. You kind of treat yourself. So that's that. Now here's kind of more of the big boy that takes up some room here. This is a 2-man tent. So, you know, there you go. once again, if you're out and about, it's really nice to make sure you have some form of shelter. So this is, now of course, I would say if you really don't want to waste this much amount of space, another good idea is to have ponchos, rain type of gear, rain pants and things like that. Anything that's going to make it so if you have to be outside in the elements and it's raining or something like that, at least you'll stay dry. So that's always a good second, which I already have in here already. But but this is, once again, depends on how much room you want to take up in your backpack. Okay, so I do have a second MRE. All right, now toward the bottom, a lot of different types of tape. Tape is obviously going to be important if you're trying to, set up camp or set up something. Also, you got to think, if you get hurt or something like that, you can bandage, help bandage up yourself. A couple bungee cords. You never know what you're going to need that for. And this is just a regular, cable wire for, once again, setting up things and stuff like that. A little more. This is just some yarn. You never know what you can use that for. All right. And then there's actually I don't know if you can see in here. There's a back pocket in here as well. And in the back pocket, so here I've got one of these little tiny little backpack things that everyone has. So just a little something for an extra backpack in case you just want to do something small and quick. Okay, that's it for there. This is just something that it came in, so if you want to just it's like a little bag. So anything you just want to garbage or I don't know. And then here's my actual poncho. I had actually used it before, so it's already been used. But it's one of those just really light, cheap ponchos. But at least once again, if there's some type of if you're walking about and it's raining or whatever and stuff, you're going to keep dry. It's going to keep so that's really important when you're out there in the elements, because the elements are going to break you down if you are cold and wet and things like that. And then you're also it's a greater chance of getting sick and things like that. So definitely something to have on you. All right, now we're going to take a look at the bottom here. Now, I got one of those really big Ziplocs, and this is essentially just all the emergency clothing for, once again, being out and about. So here are the things that I felt were kind of necessary. First of all, just a couple of regular garbage bags. You never know what you're going to need them for. This right here is a just one of those kind of breathable kind of gym shirts or whatever. You figure let's say if it's summertime or something, you want to still have some type of clothing, but that that you can breathe through. If you're sweating and stuff, you have something that you can wear. I suggest black colors, just because once again, if you have to hide or something, you don't want to have neon clothing or anything like that. So that's that. These are more for under your clothing, and they are. These are gonna be more for obviously if it's a little bit colder, and I try to keep everything small and as small as possible, so that way it doesn't take up too much room. But so these are just to help go under. Let's say if you have, which I'll show you going up next, is these pants right here. Actually, it's a Now these are those complete rainproof pants right there, okay, and the rainproof kind of jacket with the hood, okay. So this is something that I would just be wearing practically all the time, I guess. If you don't, you know, if you have to walk around with stuff on, but you figure, you know, once again, if it's cold, you can throw these, as I showed you before, underneath them, and that'll help keep you relatively warm if it's really cold weather. And now, of course, along with that, you know, these type of thermal shirts are good. So, you know, I got the thermal pants, I got the thermal shirt. Once again, I try to keep it in black colors like that, and now I can wear that underneath my rain-proof, you know, jacket and pants and stuff like that. And then, of course, I just got me one of these, you know, just something for my head, you know, of course, when it's cold. So, you know, at least you've got something. It's small. You know, you're not carrying around like a whole winter jacket with you and stuff like that. But you can, you know, switch them in and switch them out, to, you know, for whatever you want. And then, of course, you know, if it's more like summertime or something, just, you know, regular swimming trunks. You know, they got some pockets on them too, so that's always good. And you know, so you know, I can walk around during, you know, the hot weather and still be able to, you know, to breathe, and you're not dying and, you know, suffocating in just one type of clothing. And as you can see, it all fit pretty easily in that one small area. Lastly, what are you going to put on your feet? Well, I felt water shoes is probably the best, you know, because you've got some type of sole on the bottom, you know, so that's always a good thing. But, you know, if you're running around and you're, you know, in the rain or in the water, well, these are already made for the rain and water, they're fine. Now, of course, you know, they're not going to keep your feet too warm. So I actually was looking into getting, they have like rain-proof socks and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And that also keep your feet warm. The only things that stuff like that, it's a little more pricey. You're looking at like anywhere from like, you know, $70 to, you know, 100 and something to $200. It's, I guess, because of, you know, trying to make socks that are actually rainproof, and also that'll keep your, you know, your feet warm. So, you know, besides that, you know, maybe just carry, you know, I could actually, I probably will. I'll just put a regular pair of thick socks, you know, in here, so at least I have something. But at least, once again, you can go back and forth. If it's cold, you throw some socks on with these, whatever and stuff. You know, once again, I think they're also great because they're flat and they're thin, they're small, so they're quick to carry around. You know, they're not gonna keep you that warm in cold weather, but they'll do the job. So that is pretty much everything that I've got in my backpack, and now I'm going to show you what's in Vanessa's. Okay, so by the way, before we go to Vanessa's backpack, I just wanted to point out this, which is, now the other backpack are big backpacks that I showed you mine. I'm about to show you my wife's. We keep those in our cars because we figure, for the most part, you don't want to have to take that stuff, and you know, if you're in a rush, you got to run to your car, grab all that stuff, throw it in there. Vanessa's got an SUV. She just keeps hers in the back of hers. I've got a trunk in the back of my SUV truck type of thing, so I can keep that in the trunk section. So it's really not, you know, in the way. Plus, we figure, I mean, you know, your cars are generally always, you know, your vehicles are always, you know, generally where you are. So it's probably just better to just keep them in the vehicle. Now, but what if for some reason, I don't know, you know, your vehicle's being fixed or something, and it's at the repair shop, you know, at the garage or something like that. Well, and what if you're not able to get to your vehicle for some reason? Okay, well, that kind of sucks. But so we figured it's also good to have maybe like a quick backup that's actually in the house, where you can just literally grab something really quick and go, just the bare minimums. So for that, we both have one of these that are hanging by our doors. So once, you know, quick, easy access. We don't have to like try and figure out where they are or remember. And we have these small ones, small backpacks, and you know, they just have the basics. They've got, once again, like our rain gear. We've got the rain pants, the rain jacket. That's that. And inside of them, once again, we actually have another one of these because we have so many of these. And inside of these, we have some of our more important things, like that I showed in the other video, our lifesaver water filters that filter out any type of pollutants and things like that, contaminated water. So we can just run, take off, and wherever we go, we're able to drink water from almost anywhere, or any type of water. So that's really important. So these are quick to grab and goes. And of course, inside of them is one little thing of the sardines. So we've got something to eat, something to drink. That's that. Okay. So we're gonna get that out of the way. So Vanessa's is a lot smaller than mine. Actually, it's getting a little bit older too. We got these backpacks maybe a little bit after Sandy, so we've had them for some time. So they're just getting a little roughed up over the years. But as you can see, hers is a bit smaller than mine. But same thing. She's got these bottom or the waist straps. So once again, you can move around really quickly. They're not going to be like bumping all around and stuff. You want to keep them nice and tight and snug to your body. A couple more hooks and clips and things like that for whatever, you never know. So same thing, some more hooks and clips. There we go there. And now, once again, start with the most important, which is at the top. Okay. Start off right here, and pretty much everything's gonna fall out. But so once again, small lighter, mini lighter, the sardines as mentioned. This is pretty cool. This is, I had one for mine, but I don't have. But this is in case you don't have like a waterproof phone, which a lot of them are these days. But just one of those like waterproof carriers for your phone. Whatever, you can just strap it around your neck and stuff, go around like that. Once again, little pocket knife, of course. Some more Ziplocs. This is the same headset for our flashlight headset. The same wind-up flashlight / radio. Something to cook with again with the fire gel, and then tissues, of course, and poncho, and batteries. So that's that. Oh, let's see. And yeah, of course, that little toothbrush thing or whatever. So that's for the quick grab. She's got her electrical cord, or extension cord. Oh, yeah, actually, you always gotta remember this. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Which is that, hey, if you're gonna be out there, you might as well have yourself a really, really cheap thing of just some vodka or whatever. It's strong, it's powerful, and you never know when you're gonna need it. You can also use it, to help, with wounds and things like that. Or if you just feel like crap, this is a good thing to have. Actually, I gotta put that in mine. I think I don't know, did I drink it before? I don't know, who knows. Anyway, so just a little cheap, quick thing. It can, you can use it for many different purposes. Like I said, there's a little bit of a rip there, but that happens. Same type of bowl that I showed you before, and garbage bags. And okay, for her, this actually should really go in the top. I'm going to put this up in the top so she can grab it quicker. This is that same similar thing to like what I have. And unscrew it, and then you've got yourself, you know, like a something. Once again, you can use it a little bit as a weapon, but also mainly, you know, to cut through branches, cut things, stuff like that. So now let's take a look in the top here. All right, so she's got the first aid kit, a little bigger than mine, but you know, so that's very helpful. Same thing, flares, some yarn. She wanted baby wipes, so why not? It's a good way to also keep yourself, you know, quick and clean really quickly. A bungee cord, some more tape. Once again, you know, cable wires. She has her 2 things of MREs to the flavor that she likes. And now, she didn't want to carry a tent like myself that, you know, weighs a lot. So instead, we just got her this really big tarp. You know, we figure at least you've got a tarp now. She's got the wire, this and that, so she could just, you know, wire herself up essentially, kind of like a small, you know, like little tent or something like that. But at least, you know, it doesn't take up as much room and stuff. So I thought that was important to have if you don't want to, you know, actually have a 2-man tent on you like I do. All right, and then pretty much the same as I had pointed out. I'm not going to take this out because I already kind of went through it already. So, you know, she's got, you know, we got the big Ziploc bag, and it has, you know, it has her her rain jacket, her rain pants, the different, you know, swim shorts, you know, a light shirt on that she can breathe in during, you know, the hot summertime, and some thermal. Both thermal pants and thermal shirt, you know, all in here. And of course, you know, you keep it all in a Ziploc, so you know, if this gets wet or anything like that, that's not going to be a problem. Because, you know, you also have to think of too, if you've got a lot of stuff that's been soaking in water or something for some time, you got to, you know, worry about mildew and things like that. So, you know, definitely want to have everything Ziploc'd up. And then of course, last but not least, same thing, you know, the solar light. So I think, okay, and then, yeah, just like myself, she's got these, you know, just a dollar store, you know, gloves, so you can handle things. Oh, and, yeah, and this right here, again, just like, you know, a bag or something, so she can just, you know, hold some stuff in here. This one actually has something in it. Oh, okay, so another little small, backpack thing, and of course some more Ziploc bags for whatever random stuff. Oh, at the very bottom, she also put this. This is just another, it's like one of these like fold up tote bags or whatever. You unzip it and it unfolds into like a whole, you know, thing, so you can just carry more stuff on you and whatever. And of course, with having the extra hooks and clips, if need be, you could like just hook this on the bottom of here, just have it like, you know, hang off the bottom or something, so now you've got extra, you know, cargo space for whatever, you know, you want to do. But again, so it's just good to have a lot of things that kind of fold up and that are thin and small, whatever, you know, you feel is going to be you know, helpful toward you. That's pretty much it. If you have any comments on any other type of items, that always is very helpful for us. And of course, like I said, we'll do like a you know, an update and things. Oh, another thing I did want to mention too, we are looking into getting like those small convertible like fishing rods or something. I think that's really important to have too, because you figure, you know, if you're out and about, food is very important, to find if you're trying to scavenge for food or whatever. Being able to fish, really important. So that's another thing that we need to add, that I want to look into. Of course, you can't have a huge pole, so you got to have something that's small and compact. So that's something that we want to look into. Besides that, I'm sure there's plenty of other things. So any other suggestions anyone has, it's always helpful. So that's pretty much it for now. We'll be talking about more items that we feel that are important for survival and prep, and just things that you want to have at your own house that makes life more convenient if the power goes out or other things like that. So that's pretty much it. Talk to y'all later.